are six signs that we are entering into the golden age of global awakening and new earth. About 3 years ago or so, my guides came through and stated that we had reached a tipping point, that basically the light had won, but also cautioned us that it was still going to take some time for those changes to really show up in the world. But now, with the collective quantum leap behind us, we are entering into that shift into New Earth consciousness. And the six signs that we're entering the golden age are really going to start to show up. So here are the six signs, and at the end, I have a quick channel message for our Earth community. These are in no particular order, though the sixth one will really tell the tale. Plus, we have a few suggestions on spiritual practices to facilitate your awakening and to raise your vibration to more gracefully step into these new earth energies that we're in. So number one is the new American Revolution. And frankly, I don't think it would have mattered so much who won the presidential election for this step to happen. It's been building up for a while. So I don't believe there's going to be a full-on civil war or full-on revolutionary war. It's not the Revolutionary War Part 2 or anything, but we're seeing a lot of division. We're seeing a lot more division. The losers are very angry. The winners, maybe they're gloating a little bit and adding fuel to that. But whatever the case, these are larger scale things that are playing out within our consciousness, within our collective consciousness, that's causing, or I should say, that's accentuating the rift or the divide so that we can take a good look at it and see what's going on. So firstly, the number 47 version of Donald Trump's going to be very different than the number 45. And to be clear, this is not a political video, but this is the world. So some politics obviously are going to be part of it. We're going to see very swift action. We're going to see a lot of change. Look at the cabinet members, a lot of controversial choices, all that kind of stuff. It increases the polarity, it increases the tension, and we start to see more demonstrations pop up, more angry words, more threats on social media, and all that kind of good stuff. But it's part of this new earth awakening, so hang in there. And no matter what your views are, because I know a lot of people are trepidatious or even downright scared about the prospect of number 47, but you're going to be okay. It may get worse before it gets better. It may get very tumultuous, but this is all part of the grand plan for collective awakening. So I promise you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. What else do I have in my notes? It's all part of the reset. So you understand that Donald Trump, this is a very polarizing figure for several reasons. There is a perception that he's coming in to clean up the corruption. There's other perceptions that he is the corruption. Whatever your take on this is, he's going to expose the corruption in this term, and it's going to really catalyze this new earth awakening. And again, there could be a lot of strife and battles, and unfortunately there could be some violence. So lots of prayers, put lots of collective prayers out there. The more we raise the vibration, the less nasty and ugly this has to get. So that's number one, the new American Revolution that's going to lead to more unity. Number two is the new regime, or the new global regime. So one and two are kind of related here a little bit. What we're going to see as more signs that we're stepping into the new earth, that the golden age of enlightenment, one of the signs of that is that we see more public figures than ever stepping down. We see more political strife in other countries also. We see an escalation of battles and flexing muscles towards World War III, which is never going to happen. Some of this is of the media, or some of this is at least I believe that some of it is being kind of forced on us in a way. So more controversial figures getting called into power, not just in the USA, but in other countries. Now, this is what's interesting, because we're seeing more ascended beings, like ascended masters, star seeds, beings that are here to help us with our collective awakening. We're seeing them coming into more positions of power, more into different governments, maybe in the USA cabinet, who knows, or in other countries. But this is a big shift, and this is going to start to allow us to enact new and more fair laws to start to whittle away at the divide and start to bring more global unity and peace in place. So we're also going to see new laws aimed at peace protest, bringing together the nation, not to centralize power for one unified governing new world order, whatever it is, but rather to give power back to the people by creating unity, creating things that are more fair with the economy, bringing the exchange rates into better balance, making it easier for people to have money, so less poverty, more people being fed, less disease, less illness, and all that stuff. So again, we see a lot of shakeups happening, but that's number 2. New regimes, lots of changes in governments worldwide. Number 3, mass exposure of corruptions. We could start with the big pharmaceutical companies, how information is going to come out suggesting that profits for the company outweigh the health and well-being of the citizens. Things around like vaccination programs, pandemics, stuff like that. Things coming out about why fluoride's in water and how that's affecting people. But what comes out, the corruption being exposed, is these are things that were already known. The additives in foods, the effects or the negative effects already known. I might as well just read here. Fauci emails, the Epstein list, the World War III agenda, Bluebeam or the fake UFO agendas, the BlackRocks or the asset management companies, orchestrated inflation, withholding of supplies and products, election corruption, Bill Gates' agenda, energy, and the list goes on and on. The more we start to see these rising to the surface and entering even into the mainstream news, the more we know we are walking into our new earth reality, basically. So number 4 is the earth is shaking on a lot of levels. Energetically, it's shaking. The vibration's changing. Earth responds to these higher frequencies. Part of the awakening is that higher frequencies are affecting consciousness. They're affecting energy. They're affecting the planet. So new streams of information come into the conscious fields, come into the earth fields, and with these higher frequencies, well, it releases lower frequencies that are trapped in our bodies and that are trapped in the earth, and that creates a cataclysmic change on the planet because Mother Earth is always trying to balance out. So things included are a lot of this is in ancient like Mayan and Hopi prophecies and Revelations. A lot of this, a big surge in earthquakes, volcanoes, crazy weather, crazy solar flares, even 4 and 11-year solar maximum, sky anomalies. And this could be 4B, but I think we're going to see a much more awareness and an upsurge of indigenous rights here in the Americas, Australia, New Zealand, and everywhere that has indigenous people that have been suppressed and repressed, that is coming out. And we're seeing signs of that, like Miss Universe Cuba coming out in this full yellow regala, which is for the goddess Oshun, which is what the African river goddess. So that's like the heritage of Cuba. Or in New Zealand, in a parliamentary meeting, which I saw on the Inspire channel, that they got up and they started to do ancient chants of the indigenous people. So we're going to see movements towards more education, more than the classrooms, more awareness in society, and things of that nature. So moving right along to number 5, UFO awareness, contacts from extraterrestrials, big spikes in that. We're seeing that already. We're seeing actual government disclosures, though I think a lot of that is show, frankly, but still it's bringing awareness and bringing more attention to that we're not alone, that there have been extra-dimensional, interdimensional, extraterrestrial, ascended masters that have been guiding humanity for many, many years. And I think we're going to see more of that. And I think in our lives, we're going to connect more with our own extraterrestrials and start to awaken individually as well as collectively to our extraterrestrial or starseed roots, where we came from and what our mission is here on New Earth in this golden age. Number 6 is really the clincher, especially in your own personal life. But before I get into this, I wanted to invite you to Spirit Mind Family. That's our Patreon group where we give you more instruction and exercises to assist you with your ascension. And if you like the video, like and please subscribe to the channel. So number 6 is you change. That is the most important sign, that you see the changes within yourself that's reflected in the world around you. So you feel more energy or frequency, for example, or your views on things around the world or politics or people or yourself is changing. Your taste changing, like food or music or stuff like that. Maybe your body feels more sensitive. Maybe there's more ascension type symptoms during this transitional period. Also, you're likely to start to feel a new calling, new awarenesses, new guides, new angels start to come in, and maybe you feel an urge to quit your job or start something new. But basically, go with the changes. Change can be a little bit daunting and scary because it's unfamiliar and the subconscious gravitates towards the familiar. But you're going to see a lot of changes in your perceptions, how you view yourself and the world, and new information, new insights, new guides, new angels, new beings are going to start to show up for you. And as that's happening, and you just start to see that maybe you need to pull away from friends or partners, or just see that certain people or certain groups are no longer aligned with you, that's a sign that you are personally awakening, and thereby you're part of the collective awakening and helping to feed that collective awakening. So our awakening, your awakening, is helping me and everybody else in the world. So do it, stick with it. So that leads to things to do. There's a few exercises to look at, and then we're going to dive into the channel messages also. So these higher frequencies are here, but you have to choose them. You have to choose to ascend, basically. Now, we talk about a split of one timeline where there's ascended people, another timeline where we're still carrying out the same old. There's also split in the society. But as long as you're holding on to the old, it's going to be very hard to shift into the new. So the thing to know is you just can't take it with you. The baggage of old earth, you can't take into these new frequencies. The frequencies are too high. You can't take the old dramas, traumas, both individually and collectively. So shadow work, do your shadow integration work. And by the way, we have videos on everything that we're talking about here on the channel. Look up the playlist, find the shadow integration playlist. Do those exercises. Also do things where you feel the frequency, like Tai Chi is really good for that. Feeling chi, flow, and prana. Really, really great stuff. So do that. Breath work. Inhale, feel yourself expand. Your body and your auric fields expand. Exhale, contract. You want to make your energetic fields elastic, because a rigid energetic field is not going to handle these higher frequencies, but a supple, elastic, and a vibrant field will. So you want to create movement through your body, your energetic fields. You want to allow the flow to go through you to clear all the old, to assist you in clearing all the old earth stuff and all the disease, discomfort, dissatisfaction, and challenge associated with that. And also do our transmissions with the Master Teacher. We do frequency channeling for you for free here on the channel. Do those transmissions with us. It's really going to help in your ascension. And practice presence meditation. The more you can be not your body or your name, but the more you can identify a spirit and energy having a human experience, the more you allow the flow to come through, the more you become more elastic, more supple, and more energy goes through you. And such. So a good exercise, again, getting very present as you inhale, expand, exhale, contract, feel the flow allow through you, and just allow that to happen. So let's dive into the channel messages. Also, add yoga to the list of spiritual exercises. My handle's a psychic yogi. I can't believe I forgot that, but I remember now. So yoga or related practices, there's different styles. And it's also worth mentioning that as this video is being released, Pluto's going into an Aquarius for the next 19 years. So that and other astrological factors are things, there are other signs that humanity's awakening and that we're coming into the golden age and new earth. So there's astrological signs that I didn't mention in the top 6 that you can look for also in the numerological signs. But in any event, without further ado, this came through from the Master Teachers, the group that I channel through automatic writing that I did yesterday. And let's rip this out. It's only a page and a half, so dear ones, the shift has happened. Everything in your reality is vibrating at a different frequency now, and your reality will never be the same. You are vibrating differently, and your thoughts and emotions are stronger, which will affect changes in your personal life and the world around you more than they ever have. I can barely read my own writing. You've been through quantum leap and through the portal of your initiation, and now you must adapt to the new level of vibration, which happens on all levels, both seen and unseen, in your bodies, your energies, and your life, as well as in the universe you are creating, the world around you. Adjusting to the new frequencies, the new world of your personal and collective manifestation won't be easy. The old ways must crumble at their core and foundation, which are the lower frequencies that no longer exist in your world. So in other words, the old ways, the old earth has to crumble because the frequencies that supported them don't exist anymore. So they have to fall, which is amazing. So, or more accurately, you have left, or you are in the process of leaving. Okay, so they're saying that these frequencies are in the process of leaving. They've left and are in the process of leaving. Okay, in the 3D world system, the 3D world system will buckle, fail, suppressed truths will be exposed. Ascended Masters, starseeds have been living amongst you, part of your guidance team to your evolution to multidimensional consciousness. Some put in place in the new governments and the new regimes as your species ascends to the ways of peace and love that follow. This change of vibration causes temporal displacements, timeline shifts, a shaking in your personal matrix or Maya reality, physical shaking on your world, and shakeups in your outdated oppressive power systems will happen as the old falls and you ascend to higher consciousness, higher realities, and higher purpose, and your new earth mission will be revealed. Through discovery of your untapped dormant DNA, awakening precipitated by the higher frequency. So your dormant DNA is being awakened, I didn't read that right, being precipitated by these higher frequencies as they reach a certain threshold, it triggers DNA awakening, basically. So as well as the miraculous New Age technology. So they're saying that that's also a part of our global awakenings, the technology that we created, what we're able to use that have been gifted to us through higher intelligence or extraterrestrials. But anyway, brave new world with such people, and I have to quote Shakespeare, born from compassion and gratitude is built. And that's what I have for you. So there's 13 predictions that I made on Halloween for the rest of 2024 and 2025. You'll find that on a video right over here. And thank you. We made it. We did it. The old has fallen. Old earth is dead. We're building the new earth together. I love you. Thank you for being part of this community.